Belletti la posa al centre cap a Larsson, ve Larsson evitant que surti, Larsson fa una molt bona passada per Belletti dins l'àrea.
Hello, Coolers. Hello to all the people who are watching us on Barça TV Plus and the social media. Barça are back on action today in just less than half an hour for this second preseason match, this time against Girona, before the Joan Gamper this Saturday. Hello to all the Barça fans and the people who are watching us right now. I want to remind you to all the fans that we're going to have the preview, the game, the post-match and the best content here on Barça TV Plus. But if you're watching us from any social media, go to Barça TV Plus because we're going to show you the entire game and the best highlights and everything from that match. Today with me, it's Bruno Ballester. Hello, Bruno. How
Hello,
are you?
Mai, good afternoon. Really excited to be here in this studio today to commentate the game, of course, to analyze all the preview and then the post-game analysis. So I think it's going to be a really good one today against Girona. Almost a first division team because they lost against Elche in the final round of the playoff to get promoted to La Liga Santander. So it's going to be a difficult test, probably a little bit more than last Saturday against Gimnastic de Tarragona, that was a third division team, a Segunda B team, like they call it here in Spain.
So what do you expect for this game exactly? Like, do you want to see something different compared to the last time, the starting 11 lineup? What do you want to see against Girona?
We don't know yet the lineups, but I expect Ronald Koeman probably to follow the same plan with different players in first and second half, and of course it's going to be the rival Girona is a tougher rival, so this of course is going to also change things, I think, but I think the style, Koeman said it also in the post-match interview against Gimnastic, that he's going to play with these two defensive midfielders always, at least at the beginning, and this is Koeman's plan, and I think we're going to see similar things in the system, and also the pressing up front, of course, with a lot of importance for both fullbacks. And I mean, we will see the 11 players starting, but I don't expect so many changes in the lineup or in the plan.
Well,
more or less.
Actually, you're talking about this, and the headline after that game was that Koeman is changing the formation with Barca. We're not playing a 4-3-3 anymore. We're playing something else.
Yes, we have here live images from the warm-up now with Barcelona, and actually here we have the confirmed lineup for the Blaugranas with Neto in goal, Sergio Roberto, Piqué and Araujo forming the back four. As you were saying, Mai, this new system with Ronald Koeman with two defensive midfielders, Sergio and De Jong, then with Coutinho playing as an attacking midfielder, and up front Trincao, Griezmann and Leo Messi. So few changes here because Trincao is starting instead of Dembélé in the right wing. Coutinho is replacing Pedri as an attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
De Jong is replacing Carlos Alañá in this partnership in the defensive midfielder, and also Araujo replacing Clément Lenglet as a centre back. So these are the changes of Ronald Koeman for this second test of the preseason.
I think he's doing like a mix, right? He's combining like two different lineups from the first half, the second half. Now we're seeing where you're saying Araujo, who played in the second half, now is next to Piqué. Then we have De Jong, Trincao, Coutinho, the people who were playing in the second half. So probably Koeman wants to test them, like all the different type of styles and the new people, because let's remind that Coutinho was on loan and then Trincao is new on the team. So probably he wants to try specific positions and people.
Yeah, I think he's combining a little bit experienced players with new signings, because the other day,
Exactly.
Pedri played in the first half, and then Trincao played in the second half. So today Trincao in the starting lineup. I don't think that play the first half or the second half changes so much, but probably also can be a clue, no? To say Trincao played a really good second half. He was an important player, and I don't know, the starting 11 for him today can also be some clues of Ronald Koeman, but at the same time I don't think it's really important because also Dembélé scored a goal, so also he played well. I don't think that he's playing instead of Dembélé because Dembélé played badly or something like this. It's just testing.
Exactly. He's just trying to see a good lineup for, let's remind, like next week we're going to play against Villarreal. We don't know yet the date exactly. We know for sure that we're going to bring that game on Match Center in Barca Live here on Barca TV Plus, and of course on YouTube for the preview with Georgina and everything. But well, it's next week. First, we have the Joan Gamper this Saturday.
Exactly. I was gonna tell you, Joan Gamper on Saturday against Elche, also live here exclusively on Barca TV Plus. And well, there is a curious stat because Elche actually is the team that get promoted to the top flight, to the first division, and Girona lost against Elche in the final round of the playoff. So the two rivals that ended fighting for this spot in the first division, they are going to be the last rivals of FC Barcelona in this preseason.
Exactly, we're going to test in him this Saturday. So let's talk about the headlines after that game against Gimnastic de Tarragona. That we're talking about the guy who is in the starting lineup today. It's Trincao, because I saw many different headlines in the media in Catalonia, in Spain. They were talking about his game, how great he is with the dribble, the confidence on the pitch, the really good understanding with Semedo on the right line. What do you think about Trincao's game?
Special weeks for him, for Trincao, because he debuted with the Portuguese national team last week. He debuted for Barca. It was in a friendly, but he debuted the other day also for Barca. So he's, of course, experiencing new things, and for him it's a big step in his career to play for FC Barcelona. And he demonstrated the other day, the thing I like the most is that he's not scared. He was trying to dribble, to shoot, to have this protagonism, and I like it. I like to see a young player with this energy, with this talent, and I think we all, you were talking about the press, and we all agree that he played fantastic 45 minutes. It's a pity that we just can't see the players theoretically 45 minutes, because it's not time enough, of course, to have and take final conclusions.
Exactly.
But I think that Trincao was one of the players, of course, that shined the other day, and it's going to be the first time for him playing alongside Leo Messi.
And he's 20 years old. He just arrived here, and if you see his confidence playing, as you say, well, today he's going to see the key players, let's say, because they're the ones that usually play from the starting lineup: Griezmann, Messi, Piqué, Alba. So, do you think that's more pressure for him?
No, I think he will enjoy to have this chance to play with Messi, to play with Griezmann. And the other day he showed this confidence. He showed that he's brave. And I don't think he's going to feel this pressure, because in the end, these players, of course, it's not the same, but they have been playing with a lot of pressure in youth categories for the teams, and always there's a pressure. He was playing for Braga in the Portuguese league, so he's not coming from a small league. So I don't expect him to be nervous, and I think he will enjoy, and it will be, of course, a good chance for him and for Ronald Koeman, of course, to take some conclusions and see who will start in the first lineup against Villarreal, because this debut in La Liga is getting closer. Ansu Fati, he's still out injured, so of course Messi and Griezmann, it seems that they will start in the big clash against Villarreal. Let's see who is the third player playing up front, because there are plenty of possibilities. Of course, Ansu Fati, Trincao, Dembélé. So we will see which decisions takes Ronald Koeman.
And now that we're seeing him like warming up, the novelty today, let's say, it's Araujo in the starting lineup too. Really good game from Araujo against Gimnastic, let's say, because actually in the second half they didn't concede any goal. He did a really great job next to Cuenca. And I want to know your opinion, because I know you know a lot about Barca B players. And what do you think about Araujo?
He was the leader of the defense last game against Gimnastic in the second half, because he was playing alongside Cuenca. And of course, it was a big test for him to show that he's a top defense. He showed it also in the last La Liga games that he played. He was an important player for Quique Setién. He actually, Setién decided to keep him in the squad for the Champions League and not travel with the B team for the playoff. In the end, for the second round, he went to help the B team. But this is to show the importance that Setién gave him in the final part of the season. Of course, he was the fourth centre back because Umtiti was out injured. And I think Koeman, this starting today for Araujo is a good way probably to say he deserves a place in the squad because he's playing really well, and to test if he can also be with Gerard Piqué playing in centre back. And today Girona will be a good test because he probably will have to defend top class players. And let's see, because it's a new partnership, Piqué Araujo, and we will see.
Well, and face Estuani, Uruguayan player too, so he needs to control that.
Exactly, of course, it can be a special game for him. We don't have yet both lineups confirmed, so we don't know if he will defend Estuani or not, depending, of course, if Estuani starts.
But we expect you to see him.
Yeah, and of course, Estuani is the big star of this Girona. Well, of course, transfer market still is open, and it's strange to see a top-class player like Estuani playing in the second division, but we don't know if he's going to move or not, and of course, it can be a special game for the Uruguayans.
Okay, now Bruno, before we keep going with this, we can hear from Alfred Schroeder, the assistant manager, who responds to our colleague Mark Brau.
Tim.
No, yeah, we saw the last game, especially in the first 20 minutes from the game. There was a lot of intensity, I think, and the boys did very well. And also the second half, I think also the intensity was very high. They were very aggressive in also that team. Today we hope to see a new step in that, but we also have a little bit focused. We also trained this morning for the build-up. We try, if that's possible, that we see things about that.
The plan for the last game, it was 45 minutes for each player, two different teams for each half. I don't know if for today you have the same plan or you would make some variety.
Yeah, maybe there's a little bit variation in that, but we will see. In the end, we try to get everybody on the same level. So if some players are not able to or not get the chance to play like 45 minutes, they have to do some extra after the game.
And the third question is that is the first week that you have two games. Does it change something in the preparation because it's only 10 days to go to the first game of the league?
Yeah, of course, if you have 3 games in a week, you have to be a little bit aware of the trainings. But I think we're still in the preseason, and the players look very fit. So maybe tomorrow we don't train maybe so intensive, but Friday we will have a normal training again, and then Saturday a new game.
Thank you. Good luck.
Okay, gracias.
Las palabras de Alfred.
Yeah, Mark Brau speak to our assistant manager. Alfred,
I like this final headline, of course. Lots of games for the La Liga preparation. It has been an intense calendar after the holidays, these preseason games, and then La Liga will start Saturday or Sunday.
A really weird schedule, yeah, because we don't know yet, but what we know for sure is we're going to have that game on Barca Live, so people can watch us. And yeah, it's against Villarreal.
Exactly, but I think they have the schedule has been a good one, no? Starting with a low-profile team from Segunda B like Gimnastic, then Girona, and ending with a first division team like Elche. I mean, if we compare, for example, to Real Madrid, they start the league this weekend, and they have just played one friendly against Getafe,
which is not enough. Yeah, you want to try.
I think it's a good preparation to have some games, and of course you have to manage minutes, but more or less players will play maximum 45 minutes. So I think it's good for them to get this rhythm, and combining games with training sessions.
Yeah, I think now we're going to have these images of the warming up, and I want to talk with the people we're seeing here, and I want to ask you about Coutinho, because he's back after, let's say, a great season with Bayern Munich, in which he scored. I have the card right here, but he scored goals. He was really a key player for them in some part of the season. He suffered an injury on April, and he was out for some days. But against Bayern, he played 38 games, 11 goals, and 9 assists. What do you think about having Coutinho back? And it seems like actually Koeman is thinking about him to stay in the first team.
Yeah, in the end, he won the Champions League with Bayern Munich. He was a rotation player for the team from Germany. But yeah, 38 games are quite a lot. And he was an important player for Bayern Munich. Of course, in the end, he was on loan, and the German team decided not to sign him because of the money. It was a really big signing, Coutinho, and
because he's a great player.
Exactly,
we're lucky to have him.
And the other day, of course, he scored a penalty against Gimnastic, first goal of this preseason, and the role was as a leader of the team in the second half.
I feel the same, and I think actually with Frankie de Jong, it was a really good understanding there with Riqui Puig, Frankie, but I saw like Coutinho was really comfortable doing like the forward and keeping this pressure and going up front to have the chances and to create it.
And the most important thing, I think, is the commitment that he has showed coming back early from his holidays. And yeah, the attitude of Coutinho, he wants to have a successful season here in Barcelona after some difficult first years here. And we can see, I think, in his face this attitude and that he wants, of course, to make a good impact here. And today, starting lineup, also with play with Messi, Griezmann. So it's going to be interesting to see again Messi, Griezmann. It's going to be a first time Coutinho playing with Griezmann.
Exactly, next to them. Exactly, you're right.
So it's interesting. It's interesting, the lineup, and we will see new things, I think, today.
And let's talk about someone we presented yesterday, our new player, a midfield.
Miralem Pjanic.
Exactly.
Miralem Pjanic. I think we are really excited with Pjanic. He arrived yesterday to Barcelona. He was presented, and the way how he talked to the media, that he likes Barca style, this DNA, and when he was coming with Juventus to play to the Camp Nou, it was like a dream for him, and now yesterday he said, and be part of this squad. It's going to be a big pressure, but he was, of course, really proud. And this is a top-class signing. He's going to be a really important player. He has the experience, he has the football, he has the talent. Unfortunately, we cannot see him today in the squad list because he was following the La Liga protocol and he was training in an individual session yet. But tomorrow he will be part of the squad,
of the group,
in the training sessions. So we expect that on Saturday in the Camp Nou. Don't forget that the game of Saturday will be in the Camp Nou, and today we are playing in the Johan Cruyff Stadium. It's the stadium really close to the Ciutat Esportiva, to the training ground of Barcelona.
Yeah.
And we expect, of course, to see the first minutes of Miralem Pjanic on Saturday in the Camp Nou against Elche. So, final exercises of this warm-up. Leo Messi also going to the locker room. Leo Messi that will try another season to score more than 20 goals and give more than 20 assists.
Which is
These
amazing.
are massive stats.
Yeah.
And he has scored 4 goals against Girona in his career, so of course he knows what it means to play and to score against Girona. And also Philippe Coutinho, he scored against Girona in the 17-18 season, so he also knows what it means to score against the Catalan side. It will be interesting, of course, for the players.
Yeah, now that you're saying this, actually at Joan Gamper, we're going to have a special presentation as every year. Even this time, because of the COVID measures, we're not able to open the doors and let the fans be there to support the team and be part of that great day, because it's not just the Joan Gamper, which is a tradition. It's about presenting the new squad for the 2021-21 season. So we're going to see Pjanic, we're going to see all the players who are going to present these colors. And what do you expect for them, for the new signings, for Pedri, for Trincao, for Pjanic?
We saw the other day Pedri and Trincao playing great games, so I think we are quite excited with these 2 signings. Miralem Pjanic is this 3rd signing, is a top-class player, so I think we don't have doubts that he will adapt quickly and that he will be an important player. And then we have Coutinho and Dembélé that are quite new signings, no? Because Dembélé,
they're back.
He just played 5 games last season, so he was almost out injured, and Coutinho comes back from Bayern Munich. It's a pity, of course, Joan Gamper Trophy, historic day for the cup and for Barca fans. There is always a big party, opening doors really early with activities for kids. Of course, unfortunately, this year we're not going to be able to see this party outside the training, outside the stadium. But of course, we will enjoy, I think, a good game against Elche inside.
And you said it before, we're going to have that game here on Barca TV Plus. You're going to watch it entire. We're going to have Georgina at Camp Nou, who's going to do all the special warm-up and is going to be there to present all the players to be ready to hear what they're going to say or what they're going to prepare for this special day for Barca.
And today, remember to register on Barca TV Plus quickly, because the game will start in a few minutes. It's really easy and fast, but do it now, because at 7 o'clock Central European Time starts this second friendly of the Koeman era against Girona.
Exactly. Now, if you like, Bruno, let's talk to our colleague Marc Brau, who is at Johan Cruyff Stadium for this match against Girona. Hello, Marc.
Hello,
Mae. Hello, Bruno. How are you? Well, I have to say that it's a great atmosphere to play a good football game, but we prefer the fans inside the stadium. It's the same that we talked in the last Saturday, the match against Gimnastic de Tarragona. Only press, only the players is here in Johan Cruyff Stadium. I have to say that it's a little bit warm today, more warm than in the last game against Gimnastic de Tarragona. And we know that Alfred Schroeder talked that maybe it could be some changes in the lineups in the second half. Maybe not the same plan as they follow in the last game against Gimnastic, but we hope that we will see a great game here, and I'm very glad to be with you and to talk about some stats for the game for this afternoon.
I want to ask you, Mark, what do you think about this starting lineup with Trincao next to Messi, Coutinho back again? What do you think about this?
I think that we have a question. We have a question in this beginning because we don't know what will be the tactical for this game. In the last game, Koeman put two midfielders. In the first half, it played Sergio Busquets and Aleñá. In the second half, Frenkie de Jong and Riqui Puig were the players who were in that position. We don't know if the tactic would be 4-2-3-1 or it could be three midfielders with Coutinho in the midfield. Maybe I think is the question that every fans could ask. I think in a few minutes we will know the answer for this, but I like this lineup. I prefer these offensive players in the lineup, and Schroeder told us that they want another step as the team showed last Saturday. So I like this lineup, and we hope that also Trincao as Pedri he could play a good game as in the last Saturday.
Yeah, we think the same here. And we want to ask you, Mark, what is the special stat today? What's something you want to bring to us and let us know to all the fans who are watching us?
It's a stat that, as we always do with Georgina in the warm-up, it's also a question for you. But you know that the opponent for today is Girona, that is in the second division. And there are two Barca players who scored special goals against Girona. Do you know what the players and why they are special, this goal against Girona?
I will guess Coutinho, because I had the stat and we said it in the warm-up that he scored a goal in Girona in the 17-18 season. But, I mean, I'm not really sure about the second one.
I have my doubts, Mark. I'm thinking now, but I'm not quite sure. I think probably a defender.
Yeah, and he played in the right wing. Yeah.
Portuguese?
It's a key. Portuguese, yeah.
Oh, Semedo.
International.
Yeah, Semedo.
It's Nelson Semedo, yeah. Semedo, who scored his first goal with Barca. It was in 2018. No, it was in 2019. In his second season here in Barcelona, he scored a goal in Montilivi, the first of that game. Barca won that game 0-2. It was the last game between Girona and Barca because then Girona went to the second division. But Semedo and Coutinho scored special goals against Girona. Maybe it could be also a special day for Trincao. Portuguese, Semedo scored his first goal against Girona. Maybe Trincao could score his first goal also against its Catalan club.
And can I ask you the last question, Mark? What do you think about that connection between Semedo and Trincao and the right line with that game, the last time against Gimnastic?
It's a great connection. We have to say that in the last week they were with the national team in Portugal. They don't play together because Semedo played a few minutes. Trincao, for the moment, is not he didn't make his debut with the national team. But I think that maybe the language is quite important for play together. But the language is the language of football, and it's very important for Trincao to show what he is. We talked with him in the last game against Gimnastic, and he told us that Ronald Koeman told him, you have to do what you know to do. So maybe in this game, Trincao could grow up a little bit, could go another step forward to become a great player for Barca.
Thank you very much, Mark, for your information. And now we are close to the kickoff of this game. We're going to remind really quickly. We start with FC Barcelona's lineup today. The 11 players selected by Ronald Koeman, with Neto in goal, Roberto, Piqué, Araujo and Jordi Alba forming the back four. Two defensive midfielders, Sergio and De Jong, Coutinho playing as attacking midfielder, and up front, Trincao playing for the first time with Griezmann and Leo Messi. And we also have Girona's lineup. No Estuani in the squad list, so that's the big surprise, so we don't enjoy the level of Estuani today, with Juan Carlos in goal, Calavera, Alcalá, Bernardo and Mojica forming the back four, Gumbau, former Barca player, Kebe, Valeri, Jairo and Samu in midfield, and up front, Adrià.
Exactly, Bruno. We already know this. I know for sure that Struan is going to be there in the second half. We hope so to see that.
No, he's not in the squad list. Probably he's still in holiday, so he's not
okay.
in the squad
no,
list.
we're not able to see. Oh, look who is this. It's Pjanic, who's ready to be part of the squad officially, next to Messi and all of them.
It seems it's Ansu Fati also. Here we have Ansu. He also was in the stands the other day enjoying the Gimnastic de Tarragona game, and also, of course, keeping this social distance.
We can expect to see him again on the pitch and see how it goes with Pedri, Trincao, Coutinho, to see the new fresh.
Let's see if he is ready for Saturday. Because he felt some problems in a training session, and of course I think it will be great for him to have a test before the start of La Liga. But Ansu Fati, after an amazing week with the Spanish national team, becoming the youngest Spanish player ever scoring a goal, of course we are also excited to see Ansu here. And there you have, of course, both teams almost ready for this friendly.
Yeah, it's time to go to Duncan, who is there to comment all this game for all you guys that are watching us on Barca TV Plus. And we're talking now during the game.
Yeah, all yours, Duncan Bishop.
Barca's second pre-season friendly of 2020-2021. It's another countdown. Against Girona at the Estadio Johan Cruyff, the second pre-season friendly for Ronald Koeman's side. The pre-season rolling on for the Blaugrana that start the league season just 10 days away. We have this game, we have the Joan Gamper Trophy coming up at the weekend. It's a time to finally fine-tune things, and it's a time to see these Barca players in action exclusively on Barca TV Plus, and Barca stepping up a division in terms of their opposition. Gimnastic, Segunda B opponents, Girona operating in the second tier of Spanish football. It's another game behind closed doors. It's another game at this marvellous training ground and pitch for the Barca B and Barca women's team, and it is a great opportunity to see some of the stars of this Barca side in action, at least for 45 minutes or so. Well, there is plenty to watch out for in this game, and bearing in mind what we saw against Gimnastic, plenty to look forward to as well. The likes of Trincao, the likes of Pedri, who made their first appearances. Trincao is kept in the starting lineup today. He's joined by Neto, Sergio Roberto, Araujo, Piqué and Jordi Alba at the back. Sergio and Busquets and Frankie de Jong in the midfield. Messi in theory operating on the right. He could slip into the middle though, behind striker Antoine Griezmann. Coutinho and Trincao also in action high up the pitch. It's going to be an intriguing one to watch. Ronald Koeman getting closer and closer to what he wants. Francisco Rodriguez likewise with Girona. He's got Juan Carlos in goal, Calavera, Alcalá, Bernardo and Mojica at the back. Gumbau, Keve, Valery, Jairo and Samusai supporting striker Adrian. No place for Christian Stuani, the striker who scored 31 goals for the club last season. He is not included in the squad today. A potential move on the horizon for the Uruguayan. Plenty of suitors for him, of course. A striker with plenty of quality. About to get underway here at the Estadio Johan Cruyff. It's going to be Barca in action for the second time this pre-season, up against Girona, who are decked out today in a special strip. It's a two-tone, red and white. Well, Barca get us going. They're also wearing a new strip. It's that pink number with the green shorts. They're shooting from left to right to start us off in the game. Lots to look forward to in this one. Plenty of players operating alongside each other for the first time tonight. The likes of Trincao alongside Coutinho, Griezmann with Coutinho as well. Their paths have not crossed in the past. And in the defence, somewhat more familiar with one another, albeit not in first team action, Araujo and Gerard Piqué. The ball is back with Neto, featured for 45 minutes in Barca's game against Gimnastic. It was all change at half-time. 45 minutes for two different sides. Here is Neto. All worked around by Frenkie de Jong. He gets it to Alba on the left-hand side. Well, it was excellent to see against Gimnastic some of the new blood for Barca. Lots of players who we look forward to watching. We saw Conrad, we saw Pedri, we saw Trincao. It's been a joy to watch them come through.
Well, good afternoon, Duncan. Yeah, it was great to see these changes in Barcelona's lineup. Also today, of course, a new lineup in this second test of Ronald Koeman. Of course, it's going to be a difficult game against Girona, almost a first division team. So, well, I think it's going to be great today to enjoy this preseason game live here on Barca TV+.
Well, Girona went on the attack. It's the first offside called in this game. And once again, on the very first half opportunity for Barca, we saw a ball played early out of the back. This seems to be a new strategy under Ronald Koeman.
We're seeing that, Duncan, that he's using a different formation. The 4-3-3 is not there anymore. We have now like a 4-2-3-1, or it's a different kind of type of game for the players and for the squad.
Lots of balls being played out by the centre-backs, played early. It seems to be the style that Ronald Koeman likes. Of course, Koeman very familiar with the, shall we say, traditional Barca style of recent years. Part of the dream team, a legendary player for the club, but also knows that modifications have to come. And that seems to be one of the main changes that he's made. Here's an attack for Barca. First opportunity maybe for the Blaugrana is cut out by the defence.
And the other day, Busquets played with Aleñá in this defensive midfielder. Today, it's the chance for De Jong and Busquets, and we have to remember that Miralem Pjanic also, of course, will be a player fighting for a spot in these positions.
He may not come straight into the title, only have the one game to prepare for the season, but it is going to be a very compact season. Squad depth will be so important. That ball appears to have gone out on the near side, so Girona will have a throw-in high up the pitch. Araujo with the last touch on it.
And Francisco, Girona's manager, well, of course, experienced manager. He also managed in Huesca in a difficult season, but well, he did it really well when he arrived in the final part of last campaign to Girona, and he was really close to get promoted to the top flight.
Ball cut back. Well, taken away just about by Busquets. We saw 4 changes of coach for Girona last season. It was almost a revolving door at the new Stadium last season at Montilivi, but they will be hoping for some continuity in what is going to be a difficult campaign. But they provide ideal opposition for Barca. Not too much of a journey up. It's been mostly Barca playing against local opposition, and Girona are a side who have experience in their squad, players who have played in the first division, and will provide more of a challenge maybe for Barcelona tonight.
Now that you mentioned that, Duncan, Girona were promoted to La Liga for the first time in 2017, and they finished in the 10th position that season, but they were relegated after that year.
Well, it was a great first campaign for Girona. They don't seem to have too much joy with the playoffs. They've been there 4 times and never been promoted via that form. This ball is going to be pulled across. It could have gone just about anywhere, but does go out for the first corner kick of the game. Jordi Alba rushing down the left channel. Well, Girona's only promotion came courtesy of automatic promotion, and they don't seem to be too much fans of the lottery of the playoffs, losing out to Elche in the final, including a controversial sending off for Christian Stuani, who may have played his final minutes for Girona. And let's talk about Barca on the attack here, looking for the shot. It's a looping effort that clangs off the crossbar.
this is a typical Coutinho shot from the edge of the box that he likes to send it to the far post, and really close here Philippe Coutinho to score the opening goal.
We shall see which defender it was who got the touch on it, but it was a goalkeeper's nightmare as it looped and swerved above him before dropping, fortunately for the goalkeeper, onto the crossbar and coming up. First shot across the bows though by Football Club Barcelona. Here's Frankie de Jong. Well, this is a strong starting lineup for Barca, equally as strong as in the first half against Gimnastic, but there have been changes. Some of the first team regulars who only featured in the second half brought in, and it's a bit more of a mix.
It's a bit a mix, yeah. We're talking about this before because Koeman is trying players from both halves against Gimnastic. Now he's trying Trincao with the rest of the team, and same as Araujo instead of Lenglet. So it's completely a mix. Let's see if the second half is a mix too, or he's going to keep some players on the pitch.
Well, Leo Messi had been struggling slightly. He was knocked to the ground, but he wins a free kick, which he will take himself. Let's see around about how far out Messi is, but he takes a glance to one side, plays it in, looking for Araujo. And it's fallen here, put across the face of goal. And Trincao was just caught off step as he was coming back for it. It found its way all the way across. But two decent opportunities for Barca in this opening 7 minutes.
And the judge of these first 7 minutes has arrived from this left part of the pitch, where always fullback Jordi Alba likes to be there. Also Antoine Griezmann, Coutinho. First chances for Barca coming from this spot.
Barca pressing high to start off with as well, keeping players forward. Well, it's good to see these players fit and ready to play intensely and really putting in the effort at the start of pre-season. No players looking off step, and that will only improve in the 10 days in the lead up to the La Liga opener for Barca. Ball played over to the right hand side. Must have it through Sergio Roberto. Gets the start today on the right.
Look at Griezmann, he's almost everywhere. He has just in this move being in the right, then in the midfield, up in the left.
Having the free position.
Yeah.
In theory, he's playing as the centre forward. We did expect that Messi would not be playing on one of the flanks. He would be operating in the centre, much as he did against Gimnastic, with Trincao playing more on the wing. And we shall see just how fluid it is in the opening 45 minutes. Of course, Dembélé got the start against Gimnastic. Girona have their first spell of possession. It's the speedy, the pacey Johan Mojica, who couldn't make any inroads upfield. Jordi Alba will get it back to Neto. Short pass out from the goalkeeper. Always good to see a goalkeeper with a bit of confidence playing the ball out from his feet. A twist and a turn there from Jairo. He tries to feed it through the centre. It's come out to the right-hand side. Jordi Alba will go to it. Calavera's holding it up. And good work there from the Barca defence. Sweeping it away, and it's Frankie de Jong who will build the attack for the Blaugrana, who are decked out in this pink strip today with green shorts. Beautifully pulled down there by Trincao. Holds it up, keeps onto the ball. Coutinho tries to tap it across. Once again, it's Francisco Trincao who's just offering up those little slices of skill that go so well in the pre-season highlight reels.
Brilliant control from Trincao.
Well, he wowed us with that run, cutting in from the right against Gimnastic, doing likewise with that bit of skill, that control.
And
gorgeous
the
to
confidence.
see.
Beautiful. Here, this movement right now, amazing.
Trincao, a player who is settling in nicely, and the likes of Messi will love what he can do in terms of creating space for him.
Well, now you're talking about that, Duncan. He provided 19 assists with just 20 years old for now.
He is certainly a quality player. Barca signing him but leaving him at Sporting Braga to get further first-team experience. It seems to have done him good. He's got regular minutes. He's been a stalwart on the Braga side and now freshly matured. We bring him across to the Estadio Johan Cruyff and to the Camp Nou. And this is a gorgeous pass over the top. Offside flag is up though against Jordi Alba. And looked touch and go there.
What all these young players need, of course, is to play. And fortunately, this season there will be plenty of games. Also, this new rule with 5 substitutions in each game, that's great because they will have the chance to play. And the kind of player like Pedri, Ansu, of course, Trincao, they need to play and grow as players here in Barcelona.
The ball's with Girona. It's with the skillful Samu Saiz. It was a real boost to Girona in the playoffs, provided assists, provided goals, was the perfect foil for Christian Stuani. He's that bit of talent that Girona have, that bit of creativity going forward. We shall watch out for him, and he's also a good test for the Barca defence, as they will have to be organised to keep him in check. We'll play at it, we'll go across the halfway line. Griezmann looks over to the left. Griezmann waits in the centre as Coutinho goes forward. It's De Jong, he quite likes playing that early ball. He finds it to Messi. Nicked away here by Trincao, so good in possession. And Sergio Roberto tucks it to Griezmann. Griezmann playing far back.
Always helping with the defensive skills.
It's come to Busquets, he tries one through. And Griezmann more and more is dropping deep to look for the ball. He's not your traditional target man. And this is looking more fluid up front for Barca in terms of players taking on all these different roles. Samu Saiz will try and break away for Girona. Come to the left, it's Jairo. Look at Mojica speeding on the overlap. Instead it's a shot, a first test for Neto, and he deals with it comfortably. The shot straight at him from Jairo.
Neto that was a bit unlucky the other day because he conceded a goal and it was a shot from the edge of the box, but he had in front of him Piqué. So it was difficult for him to see the ball, and yeah, he was a bit unlucky in this goal, but yeah, he will be the starting goalkeeper, of course, for Barcelona in these first months with Ter Stegen out injured. So he has to be an important player, and it's not easy to defend Barcelona's goal because the rivals arrive few times and you have to be informed to block and save all these balls.
A stop-start first season at Barca for Neto. Was hit by injuries and didn't really get the extended run that he wanted, even in cup competition. But fit and ready to go at the start of this campaign, especially with Marc-Andre Ter Stegen still on the mend, having undergone surgery recently. Here's Araujo. It's rolled back into the defence. Short pass there from Piqué. It's De Jong, and will act as the playmaker. He's got it to Busquets. Messi collects deep. Still Messi finds the pass to Griezmann. Griezmann has it all the way on his left foot. Decides to try and take it on again, and it's a scramble inside the box. Of all people, Araujo was pushed up there on the right-hand side, almost as a right winger.
Good effort from Araujo with a good control and then defending this position. And Griezmann, I think, probably in these first 15 minutes, the player that is having more protagonism in the field.
Well, in several places, it's hard to say who would be first choice for Barca when the season starts. Nowhere is that more evident than on the right-hand side in the right-back position. Sergio Roberto or Semedo is the choice that Ronald Koeman has to make. It's a nice choice to have. It's a nice variety of options, but perhaps something that will keep him awake at night as the season progresses, because both players offer up something a little bit different. Played upfield, delivered away by Araujo. And Barca beginning to settle in now, having the better of the possession. They win another free kick.
And today, of course, there's a big difference because Girona are a better team than Gimnastic, and Barcelona are not dominating like the other day, playing just in the opponent's side of the pitch, but they are controlling quite well the game.
Flicked up there by Jordi Alba. We're seeing Coutinho playing, hugging the touchline almost. He can be effective playing slightly more central, as we've seen with that shot that he loves so much, cutting inside. Still goalless though on the 15-minute mark. Barca against Girona, second pre-season friendly for Ronald Koeman's side. With the La Liga season already underway, Barca having a staggered start to the season. They will be in action after match day 2. This one's rolled over to the right. Crossfield ball from Samu Saiz.
What a player, Samu Saiz. Talent and brilliant skills of this key player for Girona.
It didn't quite work out for him in England when he had a test there, dipping his toes into English football. Didn't seem to like it too much, was sent back to Girona. It was to their gain because he was their prime playmaker in the 2019-2020 season.
Sometimes it happens. It's not easy for lots of Spanish players to go and play to the Premier League. It's a really different league. It's another culture, another language, and sometimes works, but others no. And then they come back to Spain, and normally, if they are top players, of course, they end with a lot of success here.
Ball's over to Sergio Roberto. Fell slightly short for him, and a foul has been given in Girona's favour. Sergio Roberto caught out there. I'll have a look. It appeared as if the bounce somewhat tricked him.
It has been a tough challenge here between Roberto. Yeah, there is a clear foul there.
Just catches Jairo Izquierdo.
Exactly, and it's going to be
a
good chance.
Card?
No, he hasn't shown a yellow card. Of course, this is a friendly, probably in an official game. Ref's decision.
He's not bringing the card.
Exactly, but it's going to be a good set piece for Girona, and let's see how Barcelona defends this action.
Well, this is the kind of thing Barca will have to be prepared for when the season starts. It's something that they will have been working on in training as well. They're defending from set pieces, and this ball is headed out. It is going to be a goal kick. That was one of the real risks for Barca against Gimnastic, off the set pieces, the free kicks from just outside the area.
Gerard Piqué there with some problems.
Well, it looks as if maybe a bit of dentistry has gone on from the Girona players. Looks like we were just caught. Well, no harm done. Gerard Piqué will be able to continue. And it seems likely he'll be able to have his dinner as well later on. So everyone's a winner.
No problems.
Araujo playing that across. We'll see if Girona decide to operate a high press as things go on. That would be interesting to watch because so many teams in La Liga decide to operate that high press or sit back and defend deep. It would be nice to see a variety of that, to see how the Barca players cope.
And another new thing tactically for Barca, we are seeing Araujo, Piqué and De Jong when they have to attack, and then Jordi Alba and Sergio Roberto are up front in the fullback.
Oh, good one.
We'll play the cross.
In the way of starting the moves.
Will be collected by Coutinho. Plays that one back. It's come into the box. A dangerous ball in there. Several players queuing up for it. Johan Mojica was the man who reached it. Well, it doesn't look as if there's any change in set-piece duty, both in this game and in the previous friendly. Leo Messi almost invariably in charge of the free kicks. We did see him decide to give away that penalty, decided to allow Griezmann to take it. Obviously, it doesn't count towards his official tally. This one's brought across. Ooh. Nice flick there, and it's gone loose. Little back heel attempt as well from Araujo. It was all a bit of a scramble inside the 6-yard box. Eventually, players called to a halt for a foul. But again, third opportunity for Barca.
What a chance for Araujo to score his first FC Barcelona goal.
In the first team, yes.
Really good cross from Coutinho, good finish from Messi, and it was difficult for the Uruguayan, of course, to finish.
And the impressive thing from Araujo is that with Barca B with 44 matches, 6 goals and 3 assists.
Yeah, he's a brilliant player at set pieces, and he has a lot of talent there.
Well, here's another opportunity for Barca. It's Leo Messi dancing inside, playing a gorgeous ball. Trincao will roll it across. It's the first goal of the game, and it's a lovely team move from Barcelona.
What a combination, what a fantastic combination between Leo Messi, of course, with a magic pass to Trincao, and job was almost done for Philippe Coutinho, who was just in front of the goal to finish. Brilliant goal the other day against Gimnastic, 2 penalties, and Dembele's goal also wasn't a really beautiful one, but this one is really a good goal from Barca.
Well, we missed the Messi pass, but it was brilliant vision from him. He took 3 defenders out of the equation, and from there it's selfless stuff from Barca.
This start from Griezmann,
Yes.
Look at this, Messi dancing inside, finds the opening. It's a slide rule pass. Trincao playing across, Coutinho finishing off, and it's sublime stuff from Barca to make it 1-0 against Girona.
You can see the pace and the connection between the players. Even if it's the first time for Trincao playing next to Messi, Griezmann and all of them, it seems like they're having a good feeling there.
Well, it's Leo Messi's pass to Trincao. He's notched that up on the debt that Trincao will have to pay for him later on in the season, because Messi will be loving some of the assists that Trincao will provide for him. They both got that kind of vision to play the less likely pass that can cut open defences, that can make all the difference, and it's been impressive stuff so far in the opening half of the first period.
It's going to be interesting to see the connection between Messi and these new players, young players.
Well, Messi, the kind of player, if he has full confidence in a player alongside him, he is willing to lay off the ball to them, to set them up, to take a more unlikely route towards goal, and he must enjoy playing with the likes of Trincao. He'll only have been training with him for a few days, but he'll have seen what this youngster can do. He'll certainly like some of the more unorthodox passes that Trincao can provide. He'll like that Trincao can hold the ball up as well, so Messi can decide to make a run when it suits him. And here he is on the ball. Messi with a turn.
And we saw him too with Pedri, super comfortable and having a really good connection, because Pedri was really free on the right line, then on the middle. But they were having a good pace that day too.
Well, just a few rotations to see Pedri on the bench today. We'll likely get a look at him in the second half. So many players to be excited about who've come in and who've come through as well. If we see Conrad later on, he was magnificent against Gimnastic. It's free kick time for Barca. This one played across by Coutinho, the right-footed delivery. Nicked away from Frenkie de Jong. Could be a rare opportunity to go forward for Girona.
With Conrad, that from that day, he's now the first American player on the first team for Barca.
To make the debut, yeah.
Yes.
Let's see if he also can do it in an official game.
Well, he certainly did not look out of place in that contest against Gimnastic, albeit Gimnastic, who are a Segunda B side. He offered plenty of details of quality in that game. It was brilliant on the right-hand side. Here's Jordi Alba trying to keep Girona in check. So run into the box, played across the back heel there, scooped away as Sergio Roberto closed in. Back out with Samu Saiz. Try and flick another ball in. It couldn't quite be hooked around Araujo, who made himself big. It does look as if it's a corner for Girona. Well, good practice as well for Barca on dealing with set pieces. This is the second corner that they've faced in the game. Samu Saiz obviously to take. No second option with Borja Garcia having been sold this week. Outswinger from Samu Saiz. It somehow found its way over the top. There was a look for it there by Bernardo. And we will see a replay. Well, he sends it down. It actually comes off Sergio Roberto. finding its way over the crossbar. Another corner from the left-hand side. Neto commanding his area. Decides to step off his line. This one falls inside the box. Appeal for a penalty waved away. Barca might have a chance for a fast break as Neto looks upfield. Skims that one across to Jordi Alba. Barca trying to go forward. This is a gorgeous run. Leo Messi holds back. Was waiting to help out in support of Coutinho. And Coutinho is allowed to get back up to his feet. Barca just slow things down.
And it's interesting to see Coutinho actually playing in his real position, no? Because with Ernesto Valverde, he was used to play as a winger, and the other day and also today he's playing there as an attacking midfielder, and that's also an interesting thing that also can make Coutinho play better in this new Barca.
Well, that might be key, getting players operating in the positions to which they were accustomed. Griezmann playing more as a centre-forward maybe this year, and maybe not being asked to come in from the left-hand side. And Ronald Koeman has been fairly tight-lipped about his plans in terms of formations. He's been very open-minded as well. He's shown a few variations in the opening game, also in training. Here's Griezmann, who's finally pulled over to the left-hand side. First time we've seen him over there.
I think it's what Bruno mentioned before. Like, we're seeing a free Griezmann, let's say, because he is up front alone, just in front of the other three forwards.
And he knows that Leo Messi can step in the centre if required. Knows that Trincao can go across. They can be a bit more in the way of exchanging positions. Not so rigid from Barca.
Lots of players up front and showing a great level in this friendly, so it's going to be a difficult task for Koeman to pick a starting 11.
Barca have been getting the ball upfield quickly. It hasn't just been balls over the top though. They've been releasing on the halfway line very swiftly. This has come to Felipe Coutinho. Back to Jordi Alba. A run had been made in the middle by De Jong. It's scooped up alley-oop style by Messi. A little bit of showmanship there from Coutinho, but the offside flag once again is raised. And Jordi Alba has taken a knock in the process. It looked as if it was some physical defending there by Calavera. That leaves Jordi Alba smarting. And there was that delicate flick from Coutinho. Not quite playing to the gallery like we sometimes see in pre-season friendlies. Of course, this one behind closed doors. There's not the case of trying to entertain the fans who maybe don't see Barca so often.
You are absolutely right, Duncan. Gimnastic and also today, really serious games, and kind of official games.
I've seen on the pre-season tour, Barca at times can give a best-of performance in which they roll out the old classics and score some wonderful goals. This is more set out like a real La Liga game, albeit with some beautiful touches, such as that which led to the only goal of the game so far. Coming up to the half-hour mark here at the Estadio Johan Cruyff.
Again, another great action from Araujo, and here again he's playing a really good game, defending really well, and showing and trying to demonstrate to Koeman that he can also be competing for a place with Piqué, Lenglet, and let's see also if Umtiti stays in Barcelona in the end.
This is run up the right-hand side. There's a twist and a turn. Comes back to Araujo. A new coach in for Barca, and that means new opportunities for players, a clean slate as well. It means that everybody is going to have to prove themselves, and that means that a couple of good performances in pre-season could be just the ticket to an extended run in the first team. And players been called back here as the player was too close to the free kick. looks of it, was Bernardo once again with the infraction. Calavera, one of the two, was standing in front of the ball. It means that Barca have a set piece. A little bit too far out for a shot. Busquets is going to leave it.
To Messi.
Well, maybe not too far out for a shot then. Leo Messi is standing over the free kick. And we have seen that scooped ball that he likes to play from this kind of angle. Does play one over the top. He'd spied a run there. Coutinho not quite able to reach it. Here's Sergio Roberto. Played over, that's almost nodded down by Piqué, who'd stayed forward. So often we see that late on in a game where he will stay up off a set piece. Girona in possession. Nicked away there, and it's come to Sergio Roberto, who's got a big season ahead of him. He's been named as one of the Barca captains, as one of the most long-serving members of the current squad, but he has competition for his place.
He has that competition with Semedo, who was actually wearing the armband the other day. And as you said, yes, we have the same captains as last season with Messi, Busquets, Piqué, and Sergi Roberto.
Albeit none with their places confirmed. Everybody named as captain. That does not mean that Sergio Roberto is guaranteed a place at right back, with Semedo providing such fierce competition. But it's a nice problem to have. Sergio Roberto will bring this down.
I think that's really good for a coach to have the doubt to which player you should put on the pitch, because you have many options and good options.
Araujo is bundled over there by Samu Saiz. The referee decides to play the advantage. Crossfield ball to Jordi Alba. Yet to see him really send any crosses in from the left. Gets the ball back more central. This one's almost floated over the defence. Barca continually at least looking for that early ball from deep in their own half. It does give the defence something extra to worry about. This is Bernardo for Girona. Look at the press from Barca. Just marking the zones rather than the men. Getting in between those passing lines. Mojica will make his way up the left-hand side, but he's let that get away from him. Out for a free kick.
And with Trincao doing like the pressing on him.
Trincao, good to see him tracking back. He really kept up with Mojica, one of the pacier players in the Segunda División. Sergio Roberto, he plays it back into the defence, and Araujo's attempts to get it upfield blocked by Adri. Short tapped ball back, scooped up to the left-hand side. Run in. Jordi Alba with a short ball across. It's Coutinho. Well, this could be the final few minutes that some of these players enjoy today. There's a mistake there from De Jong that's given the ball away. 2 players forward for Girona. Barca have 6 back now. And Araujo, confident as you like, strides across the defender. Perfectly times the challenge and out-muscles the Segunda División striker. It was Valery, in fact, the midfielder who'd pushed up.
For me, man of the match so far, Araujo. He's defending and doing everything perfectly well. And well, it seems he has played for an entire career in the top flight. He's leading actually the defense and playing alongside Piqué. It's not easy to say it, but he's doing brilliantly well.
It's ball is taken away. It's going to be Jordi Alba. Lifted over the top. First time Jordi Alba has created an opportunity. Ricochet back there off Antoine Griezmann. And it's out for a goal kick. Well, we've seen plenty of movement from Griezmann, yet to enjoy a real opportunity on goal though. You wonder who will be taken off at half-time. Perhaps Ronald Koeman, he has indicated that he might not make the wholesale changes he made against Gimnastic, and he might even wait until the 60th minute to make 4 or 5 moves. Something to keep us guessing at half-time, which is around about 10 minutes away. Here's Araujo. Griezmann, look how deep he's dropped. Look how he strides upfield, tries to play that pass behind the defence, was looking for Messi. Barca just beginning to try out some more things. Showing some greater variation, especially in the positioning of their players. At the back with Bernardo. Lift up, it's nodded on here. Samuel Saiz gets that up from under his feet. There's an option on the right-hand side. It's tapped over onto that flank. Calavera knocks it back. Girona have taken too much time in trying to find the pass, and Barca have got organised. Gumbau, one-time Barca player, of course. Here's Samuel Saiz. Tries to get it to Mojica. And it is out of play. Well, Gumbau, who did not feature in the playoff final, he had to pull out during the warm-up, having suffered seemingly a hamstring strain before the game against Elche, that vital contest at Montilivi. But he did have plenty of fans during his time at Barca B, but never quite pushed through into the first team.
Not many clear chances for Girona, some set pieces and then one shot that Neto saved well. So Barcelona doing a good task in defense.
Well, Araujo's doing a really great performance today.
Yeah,
and the other day too.
Let's see if they can keep this clean sheet in the first half, because the other day they didn't.
Yeah, we conceded that goal in the first half.
This one is with the defence. Short stroll upfield. It's come to Gerard Gumbau. Mojica holds it up. Into the middle, there's a rush after the ball there from the Barca front line. It's Coutinho who is the furthest man upfield. And across here to Gerard Gumbau once more. Mojica chases, has an option in the middle. A player unmarked there, took one touch to control. And the strike might be set up here. Jordi Alba gets to it and was caught late. It was a real fling towards the ball from Turmo. And hopefully that's only winded Jordi Alba. He's helped back up to his feet, but it was an alarming challenge to try and get to the ball. It's the first yellow card of the game. It had to be something pretty over the top to see the referee reach into his pocket.
And good understanding here between Piqué and Araujo, because between them, well, they decided Piqué to close the line there on the right, and then Araujo go to the other player. And I mean, they at least they talked and they did it quite well also.
Well, understanding is so important in a centre-back pairing. It's almost like doing the washing up. You wash, I'll dry is the philosophy, and somehow the job gets done. And certainly Barca managing to escape a situation in which there was a man who was completely unmarked in the centre, and they managed to avoid even a shot on goal. Lifted over to the left. Jordi Alba plays inside. It's Coutinho. Coutinho decides he can go all the way here. Right-footed shot. Goalkeeper has to make a fantastic save, and Juan Carlos pushes that away only as far as Leo Messi. Backheeled, and this one comes out of Johan Mojica. Sergio Roberto trying to keep the move going. 5 minutes to go before half-time. Barca have another corner. Well, it was almost the Red Sea parting for Felipe Coutinho to make his way through there. Girona was so focused on him going to the left-hand side that they left that path through the middle. And Barca have caused problems from set pieces in the opening 40 minutes. Piqué has come forward. It's a left-footed delivery from Messi. Little back heel there that drops into the 6-yard box. An easy claim for Juan Carlos. Well, just a single goal in this first half, but it has been fairly impressive stuff from the Blaugrana. Free kick taken quickly by Girona. And Ronald Koeman will be fairly happy with what he's seen so far. Much like the first half against Gimnastic, not much in the way of goals, but you can see that his ideas are coming through. Here's some size. Lifts that up there to Mojica. No offside flag. Well, now it is raised. One of the first offside calls against the visiting team. Here it is again, just stepped into the box, was a pace off Jordi Alba. Would receded from the D. Busquets. It's come to Neto. We'll see if he plays the entirety of the second half, or whether a change will be made for Iñaki Peña to experience some action. This is Frankie de Jong. Slides that across to Messi, who's gone all the way over to the right-hand side. It's where he had been listed as playing, and where we have not seen too much from him. Been playing far more central in the opening half. As he looks very well left by the referee as it comes to Frankie de Jong. Just didn't quite know what to do with it there and ran into Alcalá.
And that's going to be a really good chance for FC Barcelona and probably Leo Messi, who will take this free kick in the place where he likes to finish and score goals.
And he can put it over the wall, around the wall and under the wall.
Wherever you want.
Juan Carlos is the man who has to face it. He might even be well advised just to put fewer players in the wall here, so at least he can see where Leo Messi strikes it. So then has a chance to reach it. We'll see how many he decides to set up in the wall in front of him. Well, it's a crowded wall, and Gerard Piqué will help add to the confusion. He might even nudge across the wall to create some space. Well, Coutinho is acting as the decoy. No doubt that it's going to be Leo Messi. Scoops it up, and Juan Carlos has to go flying across to reach that one-handed.
Brilliant save. Probably a bit soft, the ball, but was going to that corner, and well, Juan Carlos did it really well.
There it is, clears the wall. It was on its way towards the top left corner. Spinning ball that Juan Carlos has to push away. It's led to another set piece which Barca have played short. Messi going back and forth, so good at keeping hold of the ball. Now looks for a shot, and that one tests the woodwork before going in. It's the second goal for Barca. Leo Messi clanging the upright. And it goes back across the face of goal and tucks inside the left stick.
What a way to finish, Leo Messi. He didn't score the other day. Actually, he led the penalty to Griezmann. It was strange to see Messi without goals for 90 minutes, but in the end, just before halftime, what a way to finish. And yeah, we were asking for astonishing goals, and what a 2 goals we have enjoyed today. And it was with his right feet that this is not his best one. So, well, amazing. Again, Leo Messi.
Well, does Leo Messi have a bad foot?
No, not really, no.
Nothing wrong.
Well, it spins slightly off the defender on its way in as Leo Messi holds the ball up well outside the box, and just before half-time, it is Barca 2, Girona 0. And the referee will not play any added time at the end of the first half. Barca players will head down the tunnel. We'll see who emerges for the second half. Ronald Koeman likely to make plenty of changes, but it has been an exciting one to watch so far. More to come in the second half.